exhibits and the shopping, all the fun stuff is back.
What are some of the food features this year? Because for a lot of people, that's why they go to the fair. They want to experience that weird donut chicken sandwich thing that they never have had before and probably won't have again.
That's right. That's why it's you're going to get a free pass when you go to the fair, right? It doesn't count that day.
Right.
You're going to come out, you're going to want to enjoy the food. You're going to want to eat the fried Oreos and the bacon wrapped turkey legs. So this year, once a year indulgence because it's special at the OC Fair.
Absolutely. So I know that when it comes to the summer concert series, it's taking place at the Pacific Amphitheater. You've got a month-long musical and comedy performances going on there. So I think that's what people are looking forward to as well. It's the live entertainment. Like you mentioned, the animals. The 4-H stuff is always absolutely my favorite. My husband says it's a little creepy. He's like, you're going to creep the kids out. You spend too much time looking at the animals.
Well, what's really great about the OC Fair is we have 3 different places where you can see animals. We have displays in our livestock barns. We've got like llamas and Frisian horses and really interesting things like that. So fun. We also have Centennial Farm, which is here all year. It's our 3-acre year-round working farm, and we've got that there. You can come and see our oxen and all kinds of fun things. And we also have the Great American Petting Farm is back. And then you can meet the exotic animals like the wallabies and the llamas and actually go in and feed them and touch them. That is what so many people love about the fair. You're not the only one. The animals are a huge attraction.
Okay, good. All right, so then I can tell my husband I'm not as creepy as he says I am.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Come on out.
Have you heard from people who have said, we are going to be there day one, we're going to be there every single day because we have they've been missing the fair so much that they've got to get more of it this year. I'm wondering if you're going to see more people come to the fair just because they have been starved for it for the last few years.
You know, we are hearing that. You're exactly right. We're hearing a lot of that. It's like we want to get out again. We want to have our memories with our families. We want to go to the photo booth. We want to do a sunset kiss on the Ferris wheel, right? We want to come back and enjoy all the things that we've been missing. We are doing that, and we're so excited. But we also want to remind everybody that because of our limited capacity this year to give everybody a little bit more room, we do require advance ticket purchases in advance. So you want to get online at ocfair.com. There are no fees on Ticketmaster, and get your tickets before you roll in because you don't want to miss out on the fun because some days could sell out. So make your plans now and come on out.
I also saw that it's obviously to minimize the physical contact. There have been more touchless, cash-free payment options at registers because I know before it used to be like take all your cash, but now you're going to have the card options as well.
Absolutely, and that starts when you first come into parking. So have your card out, and keep your cash in your pocket, save that if you can, and let's just keep everybody safe and try and use as many touchless or touch-free transactions as possible.
Terry, thank you so much for your time this morning. I am so excited about the fair. Look forward to being there and enjoy this opening day.
We cannot wait to see you. Have a great time when you come, and we're excited to welcome everybody back to the OC Fair. Gates open at 10 today.
Awesome. Thanks, Terry. Take care.
You too. Goodbye.
See you later. That is Terry Moore. She is the OC Fair Director of Communications. And again, the Orange County Fair opens today at 10 o'clock. This is KFI and KOSTHD2 Los Angeles. Jeff Baugh, good morning to you. What's up on the 55?
Oh, man. Somebody cue up the Pointer Sisters. We're off to a pretty good start here this morning. You bet. Indeed. Now, good morning to you. If you have to drive the 55, speaking of Orange County, if you have to drive the 55, if you missed Nick's update just a few minutes ago, we had a terrible crash, South 55 around Warner, in between the 5 and the 405. It has been cleared. Most of the freeway was shut down, so maybe you'll see a little bit of slowing, but I think we're back to a pretty good start there for the Costa Mesa Freeway. Also, if you head to Hesperia, Caltrain is working a little bit late on the North 15. They've picked up. They might be still to the shoulder, so just be a little careful going by. Now, other than that, we're off to a fairly good start. Everything going into downtown Los Angeles looking pretty good. The 101, what else is new? It's kind of slow to the 4 level. And the West 10 going through Staples and out to West LA. A little on the slow side, but so far, so good. Don't go away. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
All right, Cunning Dental. If you have missing, broken teeth, or wear dentures, Cunning Dental can change your life with their new permanent teeth in a day procedure. It's a once-in-a-lifetime decision, and you owe it to yourself to go to the best, and of course, that is Cunning Dental, rebuilding smiles for over 52 years. Now, they've created a new process where computers individually mill zirconia teeth that are superior in strength and aesthetics. So they're lightweight, they're natural, they look real, they feel real. Come see the difference. Also attend a free outdoor seminar this Saturday in Montclair. Meet the real patients and learn how new permanent teeth has changed their lives. Plus, a free exam worth $1,500 and $1,500 off your new permanent teeth procedure. But that expires in August. Also attend a free outdoor seminar this Saturday in Montclair. So let's phone them up. 888-640-SMILE, 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 Cunning Dental, making smiles great since 1968.
We've spent a lot of time playing solo the past year. COVID-19 vaccines are helping us jump back into the things we love. With the people we love. They're safe and effective for everyone 12 and above. Which means we're one step closer to getting the whole band back together.
All right, guys, let's rock. 2, 3, 4.
Make an appointment at myturn.ca.gov today.
You've got summer plans, and Toyota's got the perfect vehicles to take you there. Head over to Toyota's We Make It Easy sales event to find great deals on some of our best-selling models, like the bold Camry, the versatile RAV4, and the rugged Tacoma. There's no better car, truck, or SUV to pack and haul all your gear to your favorite destination. New vehicles are arriving daily, with more on the way. So see your Toyota dealer today, or visit buyatoyota.com for all available offers.
Hi, I'm the guy that usually tells you about the great deals Toyota's got on their new cars. But today I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm letting you know that due to unprecedented demand, your Toyota dealer actually wants to buy your used car, truck, or SUV. Any make, any model, whether you buy a new Toyota or not. It's a lot less hassle than trying to sell it yourself. So turn your used car into cash at your Toyota dealer. We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
SoCal weather from KFI. Sunny today has a range from the 70s at the coast, 80s for Metro LA and OC, 90s for the valleys in the IE. Now it looks like we've got a slight chance of thunderstorms inland on Sunday, and inland highs by next week could be back at triple digits. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the news with Wayne starts now.
Handle on the news.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning. It's the Bill Handel Show. The morning crew is here for you. And good morning. Who shall be bequeathed? Who shall be bequeathed the first good morning of the day? Who is the most deserved knight of the Bill Handel Show round table? I doth decree good morning to... Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow. Jennifer, the only one with any manners.
No, I'm just the one who I figured deserves it the least.
All right, well, good morning, Jennifer.
Hi, good morning, Wayne.
They already grabbed theirs.
Look at that, you air hog. I get it first. Very mature.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess that was a nice little personality test. But who was the first one? It was John, right?
I think so, yeah.
John, and then Tyler, and then Alex. It was John, Alex, then Tyler. So John is the aggressive puppy of the morning crew. All right. Anything else? No? Good. Let's start Handle on the news then. Jennifer Jones-Lee and me, lead story. L.A. County, the masks are coming. But don't shake your head, Jennifer.
I'm saying it was just a matter of time.
Yes, the masks are coming back. You will have to wear a mask indoors. Now, it's not clear to me, like, does that include a completely private workplace? Or is it only the places we normally think of, which would be the stores and the gyms and the restaurants and the yeah. But it starts at 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. So enjoy the first half of your weekend with your naked faces. And then in L.A. County, the masks will come on, although I guarantee you compliance will be pitiful.
And that is where my head shaking began. Who I feel sorry for, whom I feel sorry for, are all the people who work at the stores who are going to have to say, please put your mask back on when you walk in the door. And the backlash that they're going to receive, because, you know, this horse has already left the barn. And I just don't see compliance being what it used to be, let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, I mean, fingers crossed, maybe it won't have to turn ugly. I'm surprised it took them this long.
I kind of am too. Yeah.
I thought after, you know, the first, this is like 2 weeks ago when the reporting really started to focus on how the case rates are significantly up over what they were, I was expecting immediately new mask mandate, but they took some time. I don't know if they were hoping against hope that the cases would start to go down again, if they were hoping against hope that people would maybe put masks back on just out of the altruism of their precious little hearts. But in any event, it's back in L.A. County. Haven't heard anything about Orange County, Riverside, San Bernardino. All right, you know, I hate to inflame the people who are paralyzed with rage about all this stuff, but it's not that big a deal to put a mask on when you go into the store. I'm not saying you should love it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you should love it. I'm not saying you should agree with it. I'm saying it's not that big of a deal. You want to turn it into... I just love it when people... Blah, blah, liberty. Blah, blah, government oppression. I'm like, oh, let's talk to some black people who were alive in the 50s and 60s and couldn't go into a coffee shop and get a cup of coffee and had to use their own drinking fountain. Let's go talk to them and see if they think having to put a mask on when you go grocery shopping is a big deal. Babies. We have such a baby class now in this country that are blowing things so completely out of proportion. If you want to deal with it on its real level, like, hey, I don't think that this is necessary. I don't believe the science supports this kind of a... Okay, you know, I can have a discussion about it, but stop treating it like the government's coming for your face.
And in fact, I feel like we should be a little upset with if this is true. I know that one of the health officials yesterday said that part of the reason why we are all back under this mask mandate is because many of the people who have come down with COVID-19 have admitted they didn't get vaccinated and did not adhere to wearing a mask.
Yeah, so...
Because the thing is, if you didn't get vaccinated, fine, that's your choice. But then you were supposed to wear a mask.
As to this particular issue, notice I'm qualifying it. As to this particular issue, it's the people who don't comply with guidance who create more rules for everybody.
Now, you have to wear a mask if you are in L.A. County indoors starting at 11:59 tomorrow night, and you have to wear a mask if you are going back to a UC campus, and you have to have a vaccine before you go back to a UC campus. And this is whether you're staff, whether you're actually living on campus, whether you're a student, whatever it is. And they say vaccination is by far the most effective way to prevent severe disease and death, and this is why the UC president said, so we're doing it.
They're the first, I think, to come right out and say it, and it's a done deal for their policy. There's tons of universities across the country that are like one step behind the UC. Meaning they're looking at it, they're considering it, and it's going to happen. And as soon as, and I don't know what the timeline is, as soon as you have full approval for these vaccines instead of, we're still under, emergency use authorization. Yeah. As soon as it's full approval, you're going to see a massive jump in the number of governments, private companies, school systems that are going to require vaccines. That's the only reason that a lot of them aren't yet. They're going, well, it's still an emergency use authorization, so we're not comfortable requiring it of everybody. And just because this has to do with vaccines, let's do this before we get a news update. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada said if things continue to go well up there, they will welcome fully vaccinated Americans into their country for even non-essential purposes as early as mid-August. Now, that's still contingent on, they have a goal for getting Canadians fully vaccinated. They're on track to meet it. They need to meet it, though. He could still pull the plug on this plane to open up the country, but go up there and get your poutine, everybody.
I actually have a friend of a friend who came from Canada into the U.S. to get her second vaccine because she was having so much trouble getting a second shot in Canada.
Oh, my.
I thought was interesting.
That is interesting and surprising and disappointing.
Yeah.
But if that's what happened, that's what happened.
And she claims that she is not. In fact, it was kind of an underground, here's what you have to do. And there was a whole, I just talked to my friends who had done it before, and they told me how to do it. So she was not alone.
No. They didn't, look, the USA is the 800-pound gorilla of obtaining vaccines.
Yeah.
So, and that started under the Trump administration.
Yeah.
So as much as I don't like that guy, I will take every opportunity to point out when something good happened. And Canada didn't have the same buying power. They didn't pre-buy hundreds of millions of doses. They do say by the end of the month, they will have enough vaccines to fully vaccinate 80% of their eligible population. So they're catching up. All right, let's get that news update from Jennifer Jones-Lee, and then we'll continue here. It's KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Well, speaking of places that are going to require vaccinations, a military base in Alabama is the first in the nation to make troops show proof of COVID-19. Leaders at Fort Rucker are now allowed to check the vaccination status if service members aren't wearing masks. The nation's top doctors calling on everyone to help stop the spread of misinformation. Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy warns it's a serious threat and endangering lives. And a food delivery driver's in custody for allegedly using his bare finger to stick a note in an NYPD officer's Chipotle meal. The former DoorDash delivery man recorded himself sticking the note into the food, which read, "Hope that tastes good." We'll check your drive on the 605 with BKFI in the sky. Next.
We've all been through some crazy times, and who knows what'll happen next. So, maybe you should prepare for the unexpected. With today's low mortgage rates and rising home values, why not refinance with Owning and pull tens of thousands out in cash? It's quick and easy. Just call 833-2-OWNING or go to owning.com. In minutes, Owning will tell you how much money you may have just sitting in your home's equity. You can then refi, pay off some debt, and put a big chunk of cash in the bank so you're ready for whatever comes next. No sweat. And do it now, while Owning is still offering 30-year fixed refis with rates and APRs in the twos.
NMLS 2611, licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, subject to credit approval. Call 823-852-6464 for terms and conditions.
Call 833-2-OWNING or owning.com. That's 833-2-OWNING or owning.com.
Want auto insurance with great savings and peace of mind? The choice is clear. Auto insurance through the Auto Club. Get your free quote today at AAA.com/insurance. You could save an average of $537 a year.
SoCal weather from KFI. Sunny today with highs from the low 70s at the beaches to the upper 90s inland. This report is brought to you by the Auto Club of Southern California. Let's take a look at that drive on the 605.
You betcha. Thanks, Jen. Good morning to you, boy. It's South 605 coming through Whittier. That can be an industry on a Sunday morning. There was a problem out at carpool lane was blocked, so obviously they had to stop all traffic to clear it. So right now, if you're coming down from the 210, the 10, or the 60, yes, it's a little slow south of the 60 towards Washington, but getting up to speed pretty quickly. Even the carpool lane recovered kind of fast. Orange County, some earlier problems on the 55 south of the Fox are all gone if you were listening a long time ago around the top of the hour, so don't worry about that. The Thousand Oaks to Encino, that drive is looking good. There's a bit of a right shoulder problem eastbound at Keenan, so just be careful going through that. But once you get into San Fernando Valley, things will be good. And around Boyle Heights, East LA perhaps, right outside County General Hospital, West Senate Soto, there's a bus appropriately to the shoulder of the bus lane, so be careful. That gets to be a busy lane, though. I once said every morning, so just be careful. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the sky.
This report is sponsored by Dewey Pest Control. It's time. Get out and enjoy life and get rid of all those creepy critters. Call Dewey Pest and Termite, now with 33 branches statewide. Get Dewey's free inspection and ask about the $100 radio discount. Call 800-209-0900.
This is Cleveland Smith, owner of Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC. 21 years ago when I started this company, it was just me and a few technicians. I was the only one in the office, so when the phone rang, I would always tell people the same thing. Give us a try. We'll do whatever it takes to make you happy. In fact, I tell them wait until the tune-up is complete, and then, if you're 100% happy, go ahead and pay for the service. That's what I call happy money. Only pay if you're happy. Now, we have over 400 employees and 250 service trucks, and I don't spend a lot of time answering the phone. But one thing hasn't changed. I still only accept happy money. So give us a try. If you're 100% happy with our service, pay us. If not, don't. Call Service Champions to schedule an AC, precision tune-up, and professional cleaning for just $88. Our toll-free number is 833-777-7777 or online at servicechampions.com.
The most important financial decision you'll make isn't picking the next top stock or fund manager. It's selecting the right financial advisor. How do you pick the advisor that's right for you? Find out in a special virtual event with New York Times bestselling author Rick Edelman, Tuesday, July 20th at 3 p.m. or at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's free. Register at EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. During the event, you'll get advice on how to select the right financial advisor. And you'll get a list of the 11 must-ask questions you can carry with you when you interview financial advisors. If you already have an advisor, you can use the list to evaluate if they are right for you. The virtual event will give you all the information you need to help you make the right decision, and Rick will make it entertaining. The presentation is free, so register right now for this special virtual event on July 20th at 3 p.m. or at 8 p.m. Eastern. Register at EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. That's EdelmanFinancialEngines.com.
Need a new water heater? Water Heaters Only, with over 53 years in business, offers low prices, quality same-day service, and for a limited time, 0% deferred interest financing up to 24 months for a water heater replacement. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Terms and conditions apply.
It's sockeye salmon season at Whole Foods Market. To celebrate, get sustainable wild-caught fresh sockeye salmon fillets for $11.99 a pound through July 20th, while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
Citywide, 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Summer is here, and as the weather gets warmer, we all start reaching for more water. But instead of plastic bottles, how about just fill your favorite glass with filtered water from any tap in your house? With a LightSource whole house water system, every faucet flows with clean, delicious water. No maintenance, no filters to replace, no tanks to exchange. And if you have hard water, they can help with that too. LightSource removes the odor and taste of chlorine without using salt or chemicals. Your hair, your skin will thank you for bathing them in filtered water. So have LightSource create a customized water solution for your home, direct from the factory that has served Southern California for over 37 years.
Everything is U.S. made with installation and support for the life of the system. And if you're looking for a great new career opportunity, LightSource is looking for you. Call LightSource today for full service and full confidence in your water. 800-334-5009. 800-334-5009 or visit lightsourcewater.com. LightSource Water. Taste and feel the difference. Water fire chiefs in Southern California worried about.
We're once again in a drought and the vegetation is extremely dry.
This is Steve Gregory. Join me for A Season of Fire, a KFI News special on this year's wildfire season. And for the first time, we gather chiefs from the major departments to discuss readiness and what to expect this year.
KFI News presents
Tomorrow night
at 9 on KFI.
Happy hunting ground, so they go down just like you. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Good morning, Bill Handel Show. The morning crew is here, and we're in the middle of Handel on the News with Jennifer Jones-Lee and me, and
9 people, including 7 jail workers and 2 inmates, had to go to the hospital after a fight inside the Pitchess Detention Center in Castaic. So I guess what happened was in the afternoon, deputies went around to do a security check. That's when a fight broke out. Apparently the deputies used verbal commands, tried to get everybody to cooperate, probably a knock it off sort of situation. Then when that didn't work, they had to use pepper spray. So you had 20 to 25 inmates who were pepper sprayed. And you ended up with 7 deputies, 1 custody assistant were injured during the incident, and then 2 inmates had to be taken to the hospital as well.
Yeah, and to be clear, it started when they were doing a regular cell check.
Yeah.
And an inmate attacked the deputy.
Yep.
So now that they're on lockdown, see, you ruin it for all the inmates who are behaving themselves.
Yeah, you really do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be a retaliatory shanking. 2 men have been charged by the feds with a plot to blow up the Democratic Party headquarters in Sacramento. They were conversing over various messaging apps, talking about they would like to blow up a number of targets associated with Democrats, hoping to cause some kind of, political movement or whatever. Now, talking about doing stuff like that is not cool. But the feds are not going to pull charges on people just for yakking over Telegram or WhatsApp. They got a search warrant. They went to one of the guys' houses where they found several dozen weapons, thousands of rounds of ammunition, and some pipe bombs. So this wasn't just talk. And they're in big trouble now.
Yeah.
These 2 guys.
Lawmakers in California approved a $35 million plan to offer the country's first state-funded guaranteed income program. So it would benefit pregnant women and young adults who qualify and have recently aged out of foster care. I guess they asked the president of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayer Association about this, and he says programs like this are a wealth transfer from productive individuals to those who may not choose to be productive.
Oh, boy.
I was like, whoa. He threw down the gauntlet. He says a more appropriate use of taxpayer money would be scholarships or adding something else that incentivizes education.
Well, okay. I mean, there is a school of thought that is not terrible.
It's the whole give a man a fish, teach a man to fish kind of thing. I see what he's trying to say there.
Because this is money. This is guaranteed income with no strings attached. You can do whatever you want with the money.
Right.
So, and it is taxpayer money. Most of these universal income or guaranteed income programs that have cropped up around the country, including up in Oakland, are funded by private grants. So they don't impact the taxpayers. This one impacts the taxpayers. It's $35 million in a $262 billion budget. So this is not make or breaking anything else. But I understand why people might look at it and go, really? Should we pay for this experiment? And the experiment is giving people money to do with whatever they want. And if you can do with it whatever you want, I assume that there's no follow-up with what you did with it. Because why bother, right? If there are no rules about what you can do with it, there's no reason to even find out what you did.
Right, and it's not that I disagree with that. It's just that I think that when the president of the Howard Jarvis Taxpayer Association said that it would transfer wealth from productive individuals to those who may not be productive, that part was like unnecessary and divisive in my. Instead, explain just like you explained. Like, here's our concern. Is how do we hold people accountable? How do we, that kind of thing. Not to say that somebody who gets the money is an unproductive member of society, essentially.
No, the problems with this are not the people who will get the money. The problems are just how it's structured.
Yeah.
But I guess he's mad. And also, he's probably mad too because how many no votes were there in the Senate and the Assembly for this taxpayer-funded guaranteed income plan?
No.
Zero no votes. There you go. Oh, can you tell us about this guy who was shot by cops? Because I have a little rant.
So a guy died after he pointed a replica gun at officers, and then he was shot on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. This happened about 11:20 yesterday morning. And so they got pictures of the scene, and the guy's pointing what looks like a weapon at these officers. They open fire, hitting him. He dies at the hospital, and the shooting occurred less than a block from the Dolby Theater, and that's why it was such, I think, huge news. Was that it was right there, in one of the most heavily tourist areas in Hollywood.
All right, I want to break somewhat close to on time.
Okay.
So I want a news update, please, Jen, and then when we come back, though, we're not done with this story. Because, unfortunately, one of the facts that is reported about this story cannot possibly be true. So, don't go anywhere. This is KFI Am 640 Live. Well, you can't go anywhere, Jen. This is your job. KFI Am 640 Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
A man with loaded guns who tried to enter a federal building in downtown L.A. says he was part of a confidential task force.
Prosecutors say Eric Youngren drove his pickup into the entrance of a parking garage and was stopped by contract security officers. Court papers show Youngren, who's from Riverside County, told officers Wednesday morning he was a confidential informant and needed protection. Agents found 2 rifles, a .45 caliber semi-automatic firearm, and approximately 565 rounds of ammunition. He was wearing body armor with loaded magazines and knives attached. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Federal prosecutors say 2 men have been charged with plotting to blow up the Democratic Party's headquarters in Sacramento, as we mentioned. They say the men hoped the bombing would be the first in a series of politically motivated attacks. Officials say the pair used messaging apps to plan the attacks on targets they associated with Democrats after last year's presidential election. The Hollywood Museum set to reopen at the start of next month. The museum is home to thousands of props, costumes, and set pieces used in movies and TV shows. The museum will reopen with exhibits on Back to the Future, Batman, and Marilyn Monroe. President Biden has met with the leader of Germany at the White House. Biden says leaders had a full agenda of important issues to talk about. German Chancellor Angela Merkel, speaking through an interpreter, says she wants the partnership between Germany and the U.S. to continue even when she leaves office this fall.
With this visit, we've probably paved the way to make it possible to also create formats where we can exchange, because the world will continue to be a place that is full of challenges. So thank you very much for making it possible for us to tackle those together.
Biden says the leaders discussed the pandemic, the Russian gas pipeline, China, and climate change. Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz and Georgia Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene have moved tomorrow's planned America First rally from Orange County to Riverside. Originally, it was going to be held in Laguna Beach, but a spokesman for the 2 Republicans say the venue canceled on them. And someone old and someone new will go into space in something blue.
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos will be the next billionaire to go into space, and he's taking the oldest and youngest people with him. Bezos' Blue Origin rocket will launch Tuesday if all goes well, and on board will be 82-year-old Wally Funk. She was part of the Mercury 13 program in the 1960s, but was rejected because she was a woman. Also on board will be 18-year-old Oliver Damon, who's a late addition to the ride. He took the place of the auction winner who paid $28 million for the seat, but he had to back out because of a schedule conflict. Damon has a private pilot's license, but he got the seat because his dad paid for it. No word on how much. Michael Crozier, KFI News.
Let's take a look at that drive on the 91.
Thought you were going to say a Smurf was going off for the ride.
On something blue, sure.
There you go. A little problem for Fullerton. We want to warn you about West 91 at Euclid. That's in between the 57 and the I-5. CHT's going to run a break, meaning stop all traffic. Big old chunk of tire in your way. So, oh, wait a minute. There's something just coming in right now. Oh, in Corona. West 91 at Surface Club. We got a crash there to warn you about. That's in between the 15 and 71. More on that coming up. South 605 now off to a slow start coming down from Industry. There was a stall at Washington. It's all gone. So right now the pace is just a little slow going down. San Fernando Valley checking in fairly good. South 405 stops at Victory. Going into West LA, normal stuff. And LAX, man, oh man, the departure level meter is pegged. It's really a busy, busy place. Make sure you know where you're going before you get there. Injured in an accident. Visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Baugh, KFI in the sky.
The new COVID relief bill pays businesses up to $10,000 in tax rebates per employee per quarter. And if you receive PPP money, your business likely qualifies. Trouble is figuring out how to get your hands on the money. InnovationRefunds.com got me and my partner a 6-figure refund. I mean, they're good. Their world-class CPAs crack the code on how to access these tax rebates. They do the legwork and share a percentage of the cash they get back for you. Over 6,000 businesses, over $450 million. Now, this is $10,000 per employee per quarter. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com. No risk. It's a high reward. They certainly help me, and they can help you too. That's InnovationRefunds.com, InnovationRefunds.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. Sunny today with highs from the 70s at the coast, 80s for Metro LA and OC, 90s for the valleys in the IE, and we do have a chance of thunderstorms inland on Sunday and inland next week. We could see triple digits again. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
It's Petros, and as you know, Sweet James Accident Attorneys is my choice for someone that's hurt in an accident, and I want to share this story about one of Sweet James's clients. For this client, it was a day like any other. Until it wasn't. He and his girlfriend were going to grab a quick bite to eat. On their way, they were suddenly hit by a car traveling at a high speed, caused him to lose control and hit a wall. His injuries were severe, and to make matters worse, the driver who hit him was under the influence. Sweet James Accident Attorneys took on the case and were able to recover $2.7 million. Insurance companies promise to be at your side in these situations, but they rarely are. The litigation team took the insurance company to trial and won. If you're ever hurt in an accident, call Sweet James. They can't guarantee the outcome of any case, but you can be sure you'll have a winning and caring law firm on your side. 800-500-5200 for the free consultation. 800-500-5200 or sweetjames.com.
Find the employees you need to get your business moving. Sign up with iHeartAdBuilder.com and create a custom radio ad to reach job seekers listening to stations just